BlackRock, Brevan Howard. Two names that make Wall Street nervous just showed up on a blockchain network most retail investors are still sleeping on. And they're not here to explore opportunities. They've launched tokenized funds, real money, real infrastructure, real institutional commitment. Meanwhile, SEI's price is doing something weird. It's down 5% in 24 hours, but trading volume just spiked 12%. Analysts are pointing at accumulation zones. The community, 84% bullish. And there's a technical setup brewing that looks suspiciously like every Layer 1 rally we've seen before a moonshot. So what do BlackRock and Brevan Howard know that you don't? And is SEI about to pull off one of the quietest breakouts of 2025? What's up, crypto fam? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I break down the moves institutions don't want you to notice, and today's a big one. Do me a favor, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications because this story is moving fast. Let's dive in. Alright, let's set the stage. SEI Network isn't some meme coin riding hype waves. It's a high-performance blockchain designed for speed and scalability. Two things institutions obsess over when they're moving serious capital on-chain. And now, BlackRock and Brevan Howard, companies managing trillions combined, just launched tokenized funds on SEI using KIO's real-world asset infrastructure. Not a pilot program, not a beta test, a full deployment. This is the kind of move that separates the blockchain is the future crowd from the blockchain is happening right now reality. Institutions aren't dipping their toes anymore, they're cannonballing into the pool. And they picked SEI as their diving board. But here's where it gets interesting. While this massive news drops, SEI's price is, well, it's wobbling. Down 5.71% in 24 hours, up 1.71% over the week. Traders are confused. Is this a dip to buy, a signal to wait, or maybe the calm before a storm? Now, before you rush to your exchange, let's pump the brakes and look at what's actually happening beneath the surface. Because the price action? It's telling two completely different stories, depending on where you look. Let's rewind to SEI's performance history because context matters. According to data from CryptoRank, 2023 was SEI's breakout year. November and December saw gains exceeding 100%, the kind of rally that makes early holders quit their day jobs. The year ended with over 40% average growth, a legitimate comeback story. Then 2024 happened, and it was messy. The year started strong, collapsed mid-year, then clawed back by September and November. Net result, just over 1% growth for the entire year, basically sideways, the kind of year that shakes out weak hands and frustrates holders. And 2025? So far it's been soft. The first quarter was quiet, mid-year showed mild recovery, nothing spectacular, nothing catastrophic, just waiting. So here's the tension. SEI has proven it can explode. It's done it before, but it's also proven it can grind sideways for months. The question isn't whether SEI can rally, it's whether this is the moment. And with BlackRock entering the chat, the odds just shifted. Let me break down what the technicals are screaming right now, and why analysts are suddenly paying attention. According to crypto analyst Ocon, SEI just broke out of a descending channel. For non-chart nerds, that means the downtrend is officially over. The token's now consolidating in a solid accumulation zone between 27 cents and 29 cents. This zone, it's holding like concrete. As long as it stays above this range, the broader setup remains bullish. Here's where it gets spicy. Ocon points out that if SEI breaks above 35 cents, it could trigger the next leg up toward 45 to 50 cents. And he's not alone in this assessment. Multiple analysts are noting that this setup mirrors pre-rally formations we've seen on other Layer 1 blockchains, Solana, Avalanche, you know the drill. In my expert opinion, this is textbook institutional accumulation. BlackRock doesn't launch tokenized funds on networks they think will dump. They've done their research, they've stress-tested the infrastructure, and now they're positioned. If retail wakes up and FOMO kicks in above 35 cents, we could see a violent move upward. But let's talk community sentiment because this is where things get really interesting. Data from CoinMarketCap shows 84% of voters are bullish on SEI. That's not just optimistic, that's conviction. Out of 98,100 votes, the overwhelming majority expects upward movement. Only 16% are bearish, and honestly, that minority often represents the exit liquidity for the next rally. Now, I'm not saying to blindly follow sentiment. Communities can be wrong, catastrophically wrong, but when institutional money aligns with bullish retail sentiment and technicals are setting up for a breakout, that's a confluence worth watching closely. Let's zoom out and talk about what this BlackRock move actually means for blockchain adoption, because this isn't just about SEI pumping, it's about the entire crypto market maturing. BlackRock managing tokenized funds on SEI signals that real-world assets are moving on-chain at institutional scale. This isn't theoretical anymore, it's operational, and when the world's largest asset manager validates a network by deploying live products, other institutions notice. Fast. Brevan Howard joining the party. That's icing on the cake. They're a macro hedge fund with a legendary reputation. They don't chase trends, they create them. Their involvement suggests they see SEI as infrastructure worth building on long-term. From a performance standpoint, SEI's 2023 surge proves the network can handle explosive growth. The 100% plus gains in November and December weren't flukes. They were responses to real development milestones and adoption. You know, the fact that 2024 was flat doesn't scare me. Honestly, consolidation after a massive rally is actually pretty healthy. It shakes out the speculators and, lets the real builders keep building. What concerns me more is whether retail investors will recognize this opportunity before the breakout actually happens. Because by the time SEI hits 45 cents, the easy gains will be gone. The sweet spot is right now, during accumulation when the price feels boring and volume is quietly rising. Let's talk risk management because I'm not here to shill you into reckless positions. SEI needs to hold that 27-cent support. If it breaks below, the setup invalidates and we're back to waiting. But if it consolidates here and breaks 35 cents with volume, that's your confirmation signal. One more thing I want to emphasize. Institutions don't move fast, but when they move big. BlackRock and Brevan Howard launching on SEI isn't a one-week news cycle. This is the beginning of a multi-year infrastructure play. The price action we're seeing today could be the ground floor of something much larger. And frankly, the fact that most retail traders are still focused on meme coins and ignoring SEI. That's exactly when smart money accumulates, when no one's watching, when volume ticks up quietly, when the setup forms in plain sight but nobody cares, until everyone cares. So, what's my take? SEI is coiling, the technicals are bullish, institutions are committed, community sentiment is overwhelmingly positive, and if 35 cents breaks, we could see a rapid move toward 50 cents. But, and this is crucial, only if the setup holds, and momentum continues building. Alright, crypto fam, that's the full breakdown. BlackRock and Brevan Howard just validated SEI Network in the most concrete way possible, with real capital and real infrastructure. The technicals are lining up, the community is bullish, and accumulation is happening right now. If you found this analysis valuable, do me a favor, drop a comment below with your SEI price prediction. Are we hitting 50 cents, or is this just another fake out? I read every single comment and I love hearing your perspectives. And hey, if you want more deep dives like this, breaking down the moves institutions are making while retail sleeps, check out my other videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This market moves fast, and I'm here to make sure you don't miss the signals that matter. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Stay sharp out there. Quick reminder before you go. This is not financial advice. Crypto is volatile, risky, and you can lose everything. Always do your own research, never invest more than you can afford to lose, and consult a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Stay safe, stay smart.